Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I was coming down for a tea break as I'm in the middle of decorating. Oh man, what am I going to do about this hat? Okay, we can't take the hat off because the hair's bad. And I came for, I say a tea break, a coffee break. And I had a delivery of cards. I'm going to have to sort this hat out. Okay. That's better. It's all lopsided. What's going on with this bit here? Okay. Right. So, I thought I would stop and actually use these cards to read them. They are the Sacred Spirit reading cards. Now, I've been tapping in a lot into spirit animals. So, lately I've purchased a book. I've been doing more research into it. I feel like I'm connecting more with animals myself. My cat will not leave me alone. And it's not Jasper either, it's Tia, who, I don't know, she seems to be besotted with me. So these came through. I'd totally forgotten that I'd ordered them. I got a bit excited. Thought, let's jump on. And then I can get back to what I'm doing. And it's 11:44. I want to get a weekend energy reading out. Okay. Now, I'm going to just try and use the cards that I've got, which is the Sacred Spirit reading cards. I've got You Got This cards. The Rider-Waite. They're looking so tatty now, look. Angels and Ancestors. And we've got Everyday Tarot, which I don't think I've used yet on the channel. Okay. So it's Friday. Let's do a reading for this weekend. First day of summer. Okay. So I believe it's the longest day of the year. I'm not too clued up on it. But, okay. So, give these a shuffle. A King of Wands. This is a passionate king. Most definitely passionate. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Six of Wands. There's a lot of wands here. Is that on the table? Oh, it's my daughter. She was gluing stuff yesterday on the table. An Eight of Swords. Non-interference from a feminine. A message will come in unexpectedly. It's love. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles. That does feel like, I tell you, it feels like the feeling my cat is like with me. She actually slept in my room last night. Anytime I open up my bedroom door, she's there waiting. She's just following me around the house. I go into the room that I'm decorating in and she's in there. She's just like everywhere. Right, passion has most definitely been ignited here. It is most definitely for a masculine, and a feminine is having no interference in it, whether she's just not aware, but that's the only feminine card here. So let's go through this reading. So the underlying energy is passion has been ignited. Could have picked that up on the first card. Okay. Why are you sliding? What's underneath? Yes, somebody's wanting to sneak away. Somebody's wanting to be with someone. It's definitely about being close. Okay. King of Wands. He's observing. He's wanting passion. Okay, passionate adventures, a passionate life. He's the king. Now we've got a page here. So it's not the knight, it's the page. Actually, there is no knights here. So this is the energy of, I always say, kind of like passion in your pants, okay? It's a very passionate energy. I was going to say horny. Six of Wands is about feeling recognised and rewarded. Next row, Eight of Swords. This is a feminine here. I say non-interference because it's when Well, you can see she's not interfering there. She can actually wiggle her way out of whatever's binding her. The feeling of playing doctors and nurses. Okay, let's move on. I don't know where my mind's going with this passionate energy here. So let's just go on to this feminine here, where there's no interference. Okay, and I want to say that because there's a masculine here who's going to be bringing in a message. I feel really congested now. Maybe I need a doctor. What's going on? I need to go back to decorating. Okay. This is a message coming in. Okay, so communication. I'm giggling to myself because it is kind of like about things happening in the physical, so projects, and things could happen quite quickly. This about communicating, travel, just things happening quickly. Last row here, oh dear, I kind of like got this permanent grin on my face now. This last card's about being in love. It's like a kind of sloppy love, just wanting it. The Four of Pentacles makes me feel like just wanting to kind of be consumed in this passion and love. And then we have a Page of Swords who's watching. So there's a lot of immature energy here. Okay, but this is somebody who's ready to act quite swiftly at any moment. They're observing situations. Passion has been ignited this weekend. Okay, let's get this Everyday Tarot deck and see. Okay. Not the easiest of cards to get into. Be a perfect day to tap into them sexual magic tarot, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'm not going to. My daughter says I wasn't to use them on the channel. I think she's a bit worried about what will come out of my mouth and how I'll describe the pictures, but okay. But let's just use these cards. Everyday Tarot. Let's clarify this King of Wands here. Justice. Oh, he's wanting, yeah, he's wanting some fun. So, he's wanting passion again. I said it was, sorry, I'm holding up the wrong card, but that's kind of coming back, wanting recognition, reward. So justice is here, but it's actually clarifying the King of Wands. I said he is the king, so he's actually wanting a passionate, loving, adventurous, playful, very playful, this reading, life. Okay, so we've got the Page of Wands, which is a messenger. He brings a message of passion, adventure, and maybe naughtiness. Three of Cups, wanting to celebrate. So he's wanting to have a good time. There's no other way to put it. Okay, Six of Wands. This recognition, Three of Wands. There's a feminine on here, and she's kind of waiting. She's waiting for her ships to come in. So she's waiting for the manifestation, and that is clarifying. It's looking like where this masculine's going. He knows that he's going to be well received. Like I said, there's no interference here from this feminine energy. It's the only time we pick up the feminine's essence apart from with the clarifiers. So let's have a look. What wants to clarify this Eight of Swords? The Magician is taking control. So that's why there's no interference. This is the kind of the universe and the masculine energy here, working to kind of bring justice. Okay, so he's going to be making everything okay. The Magician makes everything all right, doesn't he? He can just produce magic. So this Page of Pentacles, I said it's coming in, and again, it's a message coming in, and it's a message regarding actually doing something in the physical. So it's like an idea. Ten of Pentacles. It's an idea of, it's long term though. So this is kind of like the king, the justice comes for the king, and the king saying, yeah, this is how I want things to be, kind of like forever. Oh, Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. It's Friday night. Yeah, with them dirty cards can stay until the Friday night. It's Friday morning still here. So, Eight of Wands. The Lovers coming quickly. It's just too long. Okay. I've got to go and kind of change my mindset, I think. So, things can happen quickly for the Lovers here. It's about them celebrating, so it's really kind of picking up on yesterday's energy. So it looks like there is this passion coming from, I'm going to say, the Divine Masculine. We're having a look at this Page of Cups again. Another message. It's a message of love. It's quite nice. It's quite romantic. It's vulnerable. I want to say it's refreshing. Three of Pentacles. This is now about working in partnership. So we've got the Lovers here. It's kind of like the surrender to the love. Loving what you're doing as well. Working in partnerships. I said this is kind of like forever and ever. And you've got this, you know, really loving, being around. I'm going to say this, the lover, the feminine here. Four of Pentacles. It's about holding close, about hugging, cuddling. I always look at that as kind of like the cuddle card. But this is about keeping your treasure. That song was playing in my mind, actually. I don't know if it was actually on my music, but before I came on, I was singing, treasure, that is what you are. You're my shining star. Okay. The Hangman. So there's a pause here. I said that there was no actual knights. So offers. If they were messages. Where someone is pausing for reflection. This is the Observant card. I said it's like kind of at any moment there could be communication. This is about really surveying the situation now. There's such an patience to that card. And I think this card's just flipped upside down. No, it didn't. Oh, how nice. Four of Wands. That's the 1111 card. And we got the Star. What's the bottom? The Empress. The Divine Feminine. Okay. That's home. What a lovely reading to be able to put out. My brain's going to change because I was going to use the word knockout, which isn't good about, let's, coming quickly. Okay. Let's use this new Sacred Spirit reading cards. All I've done is taken them out of the box, shuffled them, pulled a couple of cards, looked at the visuals, and then jumped online. So, I don't really know what the messages are, but there is a reason why I purchased them. I think they have really good, They look like they have a really good explanation of each card. There isn't many cards either. Well, it doesn't feel like there's many cards. How many are in here? 40 maybe? 36. Look how beautiful they are. Okay, let's get a card. Let's get a card for this Emperor. He's not showing because he's the King of Wands. Man, there's passion all over this. Okay. Spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. Card number 35. Okay, let's have a look at what the messages are like in this deck of cards. Sacred Spirit reading cards. Anna Stark. So, spiritual evolution, set your heart free. Expansion goes together with spiritual evolution. Without the process of expansion, one cannot evolve spiritually. Expanding the heart and mind allows you to live a more wholesome and loving life with compassion, tolerance, and acceptance. There is no denying that learning through life experiences, good and bad experiences alike, encourages soul growth on a positive level. Like a caterpillar to butterfly, individuals must go through their own transformations if they wish to excel, achieve or move forward in life. Seeking something better in the future requires a little faith in yourself. You can always have everything straight away, long-lasting success. Sorry, you can't. You can't always have everything straight away. Long-lasting success takes time to build. Evolving the spirit requires an individual to empty their spiritual backpack, taking out and removing experiences that are holding you back in life, healing past issues, addressing karmic imbalances, and creating a balanced mind and body are all parts of this process. Evolving the spirit takes time. It is a gradual process in which you need to do the work on yourself to achieve long-lasting effects. Right now, forgiveness is required if you wish to move forward in life. Sometimes you must accept an apology you know you may never receive. Forgiveness will set your heart free from an invisible control that has been existent over this situation. Forgiveness does not mean you will forget what has occurred. It means that you can live without it controlling your life any longer. Remove any past emotional and physical ties that are no longer serving you in the here and now with love and gratitude, for that has brought you to this point in life where you are ready to change and let go of the past. Open your heart to your soul's calling. Your soul is calling you to be free. Shadow aspect, stagnation, condemnation, and repetition. The sacred crystal is the Tibetan quartz. Angel assistance, guardian angel Samuel, health, energy, vitality, healing from trauma. And now here's the affirmation. As my love and experience grows, the consciousness of my spirit evolves. I shared something yesterday on the Facebook page that Eckhart Tolle had shared about how our true essence just shines through. The evolution is kind of a natural process. Now, what did I pick up here? Oh, about, I actually paused to make sure that I had read it right, and I'm just going to read this part again because it is something that I've had to experience myself, is actually just letting go of expecting an apology from somebody. And it was made clear to me again that I wasn't actually going to be receiving this. So it kind of set me back a little bit. But that's to heal. And you do just have, we've been touching on so much about forgiveness. Just letting it go, not the need to actually be right and to try and prove a point. And I was tested with this, it was this week where I chose not to respond because I started to and realised I was just trying to, my words would have hurt the other person more because I was trying to get my point of view across. But they were quite adamant that there was still going to be kind of no, it was like we're not going to be able to discuss that topic ever. And it was a kind of a decision for me to say, well, I walk away then. Okay, because I don't really want to be in any kind of situation where I'm walking on eggshells and to actually be told that it's I'm not allowed to express any emotions. So that triggered me, which made me feel that I wanted to respond and get my point of view across. But instead it was like, okay, it's the reason why. It's kind of wrapping up and just knowing where you stand, and you can just have that forgiveness, and I just send love. And if there's ever a point that I can actually have a conversation with this individual, for me it's just evident that now's not the time. And I was saying yesterday, it's about when you actually have space and distance, that it's easier to actually be able to communicate more about past events as you heal. So I'm going to read that bit again. So evolving the spirit requires an individual to empty their spiritual backpack, taking out and removing experiences that are holding you back in life, healing past issues, addressing karmic imbalances, and creating a balanced mind and body are all parts of this process. Evolving the spirit takes time. It's a gradual process in which you need to do the work on yourself to achieve long-lasting effects. Right now, forgiveness is required if you wish to move forward in life. Sometimes you must accept an apology you know you may never receive. Forgiveness will set your heart free from an invisible control that has been existent over this situation. Forgiveness does not mean you will forget what has occurred. It means that you can live without it controlling your life anymore. So for me, it was just, I'm good to let go. I don't really need to discuss it. I picked up on the energy wasn't really approachable, and I suppose at least you know where you stand. Okay. Let's get one of these angels and ancestors oracle cards. And when I look at it, really, it is the universe just orchestrating it. And I think you just have to really have a look and see whether it's your ego responding. And I can recognise, well, I'd like to think that I recognise now, and when it's my ego, and when it's just maybe, you know, just abandonment issues, fear of rejection, feeling that we're all just wanting to be loved, aren't we? Okay. Let's get an angel and ancestors card. But what I was saying was, what I realised is that if I would have agreed, I think that things would have gone back to old karmic patterns. And so it's the universe really pulling you up, and it's like it's decision time. You think that you kind of dealt with something, and then it arises again, and you're like, okay, we haven't dealt with this. And then you're given the opportunity to see how you respond again. Winter, take care of your needs. This card's been coming up so much, and I feel it is really just about self-love, self-care, self-nurturing. Let's have a look at this winter card. I've read this card near on. It comes out near on every time I use this. Do everything you need to be your best, then move beyond your fears and limitations. For many of the animal realm, winter is a time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too, but although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. The winter card features a wolf, one of the few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel the need to go it alone at this time, know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. It's definitely something I've got used to, is actually relaxing into my own space. And then when you're kind of invited into an environment, that's when you can actually choose why are the reasons that you're doing something. Is it because you're actually wanting to do it, or you're doing it to please others? So it really is about taking care of your own needs here and not putting yourself into situations that you know may cause conflict. Okay. The extended message. You have an opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. When the winter card arrives in the future position of a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming winter will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. Okay, let's, I want to get another one from here. Do you know, I'm actually going to get another one from both. Because we're still tapping into, notice the divine masculine, divine feminine energies have been kind of showing up in the same readings. So it's like telling the story of both. Let's get another one of these cards and just see what the message is. I'm not going to like dedicate them to whether it's for the masculine or feminine. Love and light. Yeah, act with care. Love and light. Card number 26. It's how most spiritual healers, I find, kind of leave their like sessions, is with love and light. Resistance, higher intervention is required. Act with care. I didn't read the top part of that number 35. What did that say? Forgiveness and compassion is needed now. Set your heart free. It's that compassion. Being able to walk away and just send love and light. That's all I do, is just send the love and light. And okay, that's beautiful. So sending this love and light means two things. Love, the deepest form of unconditional love possible that you have in your heart and beyond physical comprehension. And light, the purest form of light that permeates any darkness and finds any cracks or imbalances that are unable to resonate at this frequency or vibration, gently raising those to this level. People can sometimes be resilient to assistance. Those with addictions or channeling, those with addictions or challenging behavioural or physical issues may not be able to ask or be willing to receive help. Feeling helpless can be overwhelming to caregivers and those with strong empathic qualities. Not being able to offer aid or having assistance refused when a person's pride is too great can also feel disheartening. And that's what I was kind of touching on with my own situation. I actually wanted to talk because I know that it will heal once you can actually look at things from a different perspective and change the story and find a way to heal and to not be given that opportunity. And that really is due to the other person's pride. It's like they want to kind of make up, but as long as we don't really talk about anything. So it's pride where, okay, let's carry on. So not being able to offer aid or having assistance refused when a person's pride is too great can also feel disheartening. More importantly though, is to remember to respect their free will by acknowledging their own personal interference or intrusion into this person's life. Being too pushy in this area will have the opposite effect and personal karma backlash. So make sure your ego is kept in check. Those stuck in victimhood archetypes or their emotional pain body are often not willing to be active participants in their own healing on a conscious level, particularly if their reasoning is recent or raw, including issues such as trauma and grief. It's about time, space, time. Everyone heals in their own time, and it's important for respect to be given in this moment. All you can do right now is send this issue or person love and light. You are merely an observer in this case, and it is out of your control. Regardless of the physical outcome, there is little you can do except send this loving energy to this issue. This has the potential to energetically shift the situation into a positive outcome. It's thinking, don't I try so hard to think, well, that's just them or they'll never change. I try and have every bit of hope for them. I was actually thinking about the person that I'm talking about, and I was thinking about this last night. Oh, if you just dropped kind of, the pride and the ego, you are absolutely beautiful. But maybe they're not wanting to hear that if you can't actually initiate conversation or so. Yes, it's kind of spiritual evolution is in our own time. Okay. It has the potential to energetically shift the situation into a positive outcome. Okay, it happens, we've all behaved despicable at some point, ways that we feel embarrassed, but it's how much the ego gets in the way for you to even apologise or to address situations that maybe you were in the wrong in, or if you felt that you've been mistreated. We should have that freedom to be able to speak freely about our emotions. I think as long as it's done in a healing, compassionate way. When the ego comes in, you can't expect anything to be solved. Okay. So all you can do right now is send this issue or person love and light. You are merely an observer in this case, and it is out of your control. Regardless of the physical outcome, there is little you can do except send this loving energy to this issue. This has the potential to energetically shift the situation into a positive outcome. Anyone you know can receive this loving form of healing energy. Purely sending from the heart with the celestial realm of 100% pure light can alter lower energies into a higher frequency, helping those experiencing hardships or a tough time in life. So the shadow aspect, pride, emotional and physical defiance and loss. And we had the sacred crystal is a rose quartz, and angel assistance is guardian angel Ramael, giving and receiving love, compassion. Here's the affirmation. I accept I cannot save everyone. I choose to help those open to assistance. And that's what you'll find. I was speaking to somebody, going over my emotions with somebody the other day, and I said, just because there may just be a handful of people that, I seem to maybe, rub up the wrong way, who find it really hard to communicate with me, and maybe, I don't want to say it's just pride getting in the way, I suppose, of acceptance, I want to say, of me and my personality. But those 10 people compared to the ones that I help, and I'm told daily the impact I have on their lives and the influence I have. I mean, it's kind of like, come on, are we really going to let this handful, or maybe 10, it depends how many you've got, and you're going to allow them to kind of stop you being who you were going to be. And that's the test that I had this week. I was nearly drawn back in to it until I kind of recognised the manipulation and thought, okay, I found myself wanting to do it, and it's like, no, that's just the old me, and I really have moved on. So when you can see behavioural patterns haven't changed for some, but they have within you, make sure you stay in your integrity and you actually, you know, don't scoot back down to that level of how you used to maybe try and deal with conflicts like that. Okay, it's like the battle of the personalities, battle of the ego. Just don't participate. So, and just send them love. It's like find 10 things that you absolutely love about that person. You'll be able to find them. The 10 great qualities. And focus on those. None of us like people to focus on our kind of negative aspects, or for them to be pointed out. But there's always a time that if we don't take kind of anyone's advice, or we listen to what people are saying, because there's always, if it triggers you, there's always a bit of truth in there. There's always truth in there. If it triggers you, it means it's an aspect of yourself that you know is there, and it's triggered you because you don't like it. So you most definitely don't like someone else pointing it out to you. Okay. It's best if we start pointing out all the beautiful aspects in each other. Take time to reflect. This is perfect. It's coming up with the beautiful aspects, okay? Mirror guardian. It's a mirror. Anything that ticks you off in someone else, their behaviour, it's just a reflection of yourself that you need to go away and heal. Okay. So, once you learn to play with it and recognise it, you just see the truth. Okay, so let's have a look at this mirror guardian. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognise your gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are, even when you are going through a challenging time. They still hold you in the highest esteem. The mirror guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness excuse me, your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you recognise that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. I was going to say about other people seeing your worth. Okay, offer yourself the approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. It may not be from the people that you're wanting to hear it from. This is a big conversation I've been having over the last couple of days. It might not be from that person, but that doesn't mean that people are not appreciating you or loving you. Okay. Let's get You Got This cards. Yeah, there's something in you, excuse me, that the world needs. So I feel like the Oracle cards are kind of going really like off into, I want to say, how we make this transition, how we find the strength to kind of deal with challenging situations. So there's something in you that the world needs. So you focus on you and kind of living out your destiny. Everything I need is within me. It's 1222. We rise by lifting others. And I feel that if we're unable to be, it spoke about how frustrating it can be, especially for empaths, when we kind of know a route that we can help, somebody's not even prepared to kind of be open to that. And that hopefully will come in time. If not by you, then hopefully they'll meet someone else that they resonate with that can help them to lift them. So, so it's good that we focus on the ones that are open to it. And there's more. They're just appearing. I mean, yes, they're just appearing. The other day I was on the reading, and was it The Wild Mother? And straight away after that, I was kind of on to. It was really weird actually, because I just uploaded the video, and it spoke about helping the feminines to love themselves. You know, to kind of recognise their own. And straight away I had a message with somebody saying, are you free? You know, I could really do with seeing you. And it was about that, and it was just amazing how that kind of, I'd had the weekend off. I said I've been in kind of a drained energy, and then I'd done that reading about getting back on and supporting and doing what we do. And there you go, look, the comeback is always stronger than the setback. And it was like, it's back onto I don't want to say mission, just purpose. Doing what we're here to do, we rise by lifting others. And when I was actually speaking to them, there was a lot more people lined up to come and see me, and that's kind of how it works. So believe in yourself. There's something in you that the world needs, and it will find you. You don't even have to go out. You can take the time out, and then it will just, you know, when you're ready, the universe will send you the right people to help with the right situations. One more from here. Whatever you are, be a good one. I always say that. Be good, do good. Just be the best at being you. We're going to end on a Rumi message. I feel like a journey of love, though. How long have I been on? 42, 28, that's it. Let's get a journey of love. We might end on this one. Okay, what's going down with the cards? Oh, the mermaids want to be used. Okay. Let's get this wrapped up, though. Synchronicities. You start to see how the universe really is lining up things, especially now that we're coming into these, I just feel like spirit animals. For me, we go through a phase when it's crystals that seems to be the talk, but at the moment it seems to be spirit animals, dream state, epiphanies, just different ways of connecting. And let's see what the mermaids and dolphins want to say. Divine magic. Okay, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. This card says that the next card that we pull, we're to pay special attention to. Okay, because there's extra divine magic surrounding it. So I'm not going to read it. I know what that card says. Time to break free. The universe is just really, it's like it's moving everything out of the way here for, I want to say, this divine partnership to be able to take place. So try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. Let's read this. It says extra divine magic around this. Breaking free. It's like for once and for all. Finally. Breaking free. And when you've done it, you've done it. It's like the weight is lifted. It's like when it's been dealt with, it's like I said, you just kind of know where you stand. You understand the situation. You can just send love and light. See it from, it's like your perception. or your perspective, okay, and not worry about theirs. Okay, so sometimes we get into ruts and routines because they feel safe and comfortable. By drawing this card, you're asked to swim outside your comfort zone. It's time to take risks and explore your new ways of thinking, making a living, or being in relationships. When you make the commitment to explore and experiment, the world responds by giving you wonderful new experiences. Heaven isn't necessarily asking you to settle into these new avenues, but to instead test the water and venture out. Sometimes we'll experiment and learn new things, and then when we return to our comfortable old routines, we are changed for the better. Yeah, this is definitely a time for you to reach out and enjoy new options. Try something new today. Okay. Now let's do this journey of love. Was it yesterday that I said eruption of light at the bottom? Eruption of light, because it's there again. Card number 11. I'm sure it was yesterday. It was eruption of light I saw, but then I would have used them. I'm not sure it got its way back onto the bottom again, but it is. I haven't had them out since, so okay. Let's get a card for this weekend read. Oh, I'm not going to take all of them. Oh, but you... I don't think we're going to end on a roommate. They've given me 3 journey of loves. They're not too long. We're good. Okay. So let's have a look at this. Let's look at the first one. Dance of the Planets. Card number 56. Okay, let's have a look at... I said that this divine magic here around breaking free, justice is here. It's kind of like they are... It's out of your hands. They are totally in control of bringing this together. It's like the world needs you. So they've kind of stepped in. There are forces larger than your own personal destiny at work in your life now. Although they are not inharmonious to you, you may feel as though you are being blocked from, or on the other hand, rocketed towards the heavens on a roll that nothing can derail. Either way, the planets are dancing as they will, and there is an effect upon your destiny. It was meant to be at this time. From rising, there will be gentle rest to recover before rising again, and from restraints, there will be propulsion into greater stratospheres. All things in time, according to the wisdom of the greater cycles. It is okay to trust in the cosmic cycles and divine timing. After all, what point is there to rush to the bus stop if the bus doesn't depart until tomorrow? And what point is there to hold back if you are ready and set to go? Trusting in timing, trust in the timing and rhythm of your life now, especially if it seems out of control. This is the dance of the planets happening through you. Okay. This oracle brings a message. Pray that the planetary forces funnel blessings of grace and unconditional love, mercy and joy to you now, that their movements through your life may happen in such a way that you can make the most of it. These are the times when big shifts are possible, supported by cosmic movements, so pray for grace and then enjoy the ride. Okay, here's the poem. Let me hold up the picture again. In those days, time was ours. We walked in the rain and held each other's hands. Your lips warm against my skin, and your soul melting into mine, as night became morning amongst the cobblestone walks of now forgotten places we called ours. I felt there this past life. With the cobblestone walks, it just made me feel that this kind of relationship, that's why there's a remembrance to it. This kind of draw. I spoke yesterday about the kind of pullback, and it's kind of like it's, oh, I've got the Christ flame. Destined. So 31. Let's find. Within you burns, well, there is some flame burning, okay, it's quite a passionate one, so I feel this is for the masculines. Within you burns the flame of the Christ. Beyond religion, this flame belongs to all hearts willing to receive the divine. Opening to it as a lover would open the heart to receive the beloved. Though the awakening of the Christ within brings greater closeness to the divine, and therefore greater love and depth of compassion, it too can bring sadness, righteous anger, and a passionate need to contribute positive healing action and change in the world. You may be an introspective soul who does this through mastering their inner world with meditation and yoga, raising your own vibration with absolute intent that this bring healing to the world around you. You may be an extroverted soul that thrives in sharing messages and living a life of dynamic action in support of the causes that are worthy and moving to your brave heart, capable of feeling divine outrage and responding with inspired action. You may be a combination of these soul types and choosing wisely what you consume, which companies you support, what televisions you do or do not watch, and what you read, voting for the life you want to have around you in the world through your actions, internal and external. This is the Christ flame igniting within you, setting the world aflame with the fire of divine love. This oracle brings guidance that you are connecting with the universal Christ consciousness, and your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ flame of divine love this lifetime. You are part of a wave of awakening happening on the earth now. You are exactly where you are meant to be and doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. Keep going. Love is more, I'm not going to hold the picture up, I'm just going to read the poem. Love is more than words can define. It is a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It is a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell speaks in a language only lovers know. And most of all, it is the beginning, the birth, the possibility, the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something we can only imagine when hearts combine and love becomes more. That's really beautiful, that is. Okay. Let's read this last one. She loves. 61. That it said about the silly grin. I said at the beginning when I was picking up on all this passionate energy, it was like I've got this permanent grin on my face now. Okay. That's what passion and love, romance does to you. She loves. Forgiveness is here for you now. Can you partake of it? Forgiveness for your own self, for the times you messed up, didn't love, forgot to trust, tried to take over and decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now, for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves. She is here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her fill your heart. You are free. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven. You are worthy of forgiveness, and you are capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there is a person that you cannot forgive, if there's a person that you cannot forgive, you are really just not forgiving yourself, perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let that go and allow the forgiveness that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You are free now. You just need to realise it. Okay. The cherry blossom knows when to bloom each year and never questions whether its beauty is enough. There is peace in knowing you always bloom well, yet man spends a lifetime in wonder. It's like the masculine energy just finds it so hard to kind of get to grips with this natural beauty. It's like being in awe of it, in this state of wonder. Okay. I think we're going to leave it there. Yes, let's leave it there. Okay, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Break free. It's just time. And this is like with this divine magic around this is real kind of liberation, freedom. You're liberating yourself. What an amazing feeling. Okay, guys, much love to you all. I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye for now.